More than a choose your own adventure book, a little bit less than a full tabletop RPG, but all 80s awesomeness. If you're looking for some solo post apocalyptic role playing, I have just the book for you. I'm talking about Freeway Warrior by Joe Dever. Actually, I should say it is a series of books. I believe there are five in all. However, I've only read and played through first three. Now, the books were written by Joe Dever, who had been involved in tabletop role playing games since the 70s. He was also the author of the Lone Wolf book series, and the Freeway Warrior books were published in the late 80s and early 90s. But there was a re release in 2016 with a beautiful hardcover. Here it is. Just check out that cover art. Now, like I said, this is more than a choose your own adventure book because you actually make a character and there are some game rules. There's some randomness involved, which I always love. So you can play through the book with different characters that have different skills. So it makes the book replayable, which is always very nice. The basic setting is post apocalyptic America in 2033 after a terrorist organization causes the bombs to drop. And once the dust settles, we pick up the mantle of Cal Phoenix, a wasteland warrior. The book is well written, well organized, very engaging. The reading level is set pretty much for teenagers, so there's not a lot of graphic and vile content that you would think about in the post-apocalypse that would actually happen, which I really prefer because a book like this also makes a great gift to young teens who are obsessed with role-playing games. Now you shoot people and things like that, but nothing gets graphic. Also, this could just be a treat for yourself as well. If you travel a lot for work, if you're tired of looking at screens all day and you want an analog experience, or your gaming group has canceled this week and you want to role play a character, Freeway Warrior is a great option. Now, I am singing the praise of Freeway Warrior because I got the first book when I was 16 years old, I believe, and I'll prove it. Here are the books from when I was 16, and I even still have my character sheet right here. Let me show you. There you go. I'll insert a better picture. But as you can tell, very old piece of paper. I was 16 a long time ago. But I loved these books. And I believe I got the first one, which is called Highway Holocaust, for my birthday or for Christmas. And then I tracked down the second one as soon as I finished the first, and I tracked down the third one soon after that. And I enjoyed them so, so much. But like I said, the first one has been re released in this beautiful, beautiful hardback, and it is excellent. Just check out that cover art, by the way. I mean, he just screams post apocalyptic warrior, doesn't he? So cool. Very appealing to a teenager, like when I read them. But like I said, they still have a great appeal, even since I have gotten older and stopped being a teenager a long time ago. These books are awesome. Joe Dever was an excellent writer, had a very vivid imagination. The entries in this book, like a choose your own adventure, you turn to the different numbers in the pages and you'll find out what happens to your character. And like I said, randomness is involved. So you actually choose random numbers from the back of the book to see what happens to your character. And there are rules and there are skills. So it is not just like a simple choose your own adventure book. Let me read just a couple examples from the book so you can get a taste of the writing that is inside of here. So, entry 91. You break free and stagger out of the smoke, coughing and retching. Lose one endurance point. With streaming eyes, you consider two routes that offer a chance of escape. You can either run east along the main street and back towards your car, retracing the route by which you entered Cross Plains, or you can run in the opposite direction and attempt to hide in the maze of alleys that once serviced the town stores. If you wish to run east, turn to 110. If you decide to run west, turn to 321. You can get a little sense there of something that is happening. You notice that it says lose 1 endurance point. You also gain skill points, and your character improves as you work your way through the book. You also scavenge weapons and ammo and supplies, which I have always loved about the post-apocalypse. Let's check out another entry. So this one is 202. You force yourself to breathe deeply, giving your blood the oxygen it craves. As your pulse steadies and your vision clears, you see a second fire escape that services the far side of the building. You slowly make your way toward it, taking care to avoid the many holes that puncture the roof. Then you race down the steps and escape along the deserted passage that leads to a derelict timber yard. There, behind a stack of rotting fencing posts, you crouch, waiting for a chance to escape from Albany. While you are lying low, you must take a drink or lose 3 endurance points. To continue, turn to 61. So again, you can see that this book is just action-packed. Just page after page, you are forced to make decisions about where your character goes and how they act. It is super fun. If you want some post-apocalyptic action and you need to do it solo, this book is a great option. Also, if you know a teen who is obsessed with Dungeons and Dragons and other tabletop role-playing games, this makes a great gift because it's not some huge system that they have to learn. They don't have to gather friends together to play. They can just take it on a trip and read it and enjoy the wasteland. So I've placed an affiliate link in the description below. You can check it out. It is on Amazon.com. And always watch your back in the wastelands.